Okay, so in this one we're going looking at switch statements, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with a little program here where I don't use the switch statement, and then show you what the switch statement is supposed to replace. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to do a thing where we figure out what day of the week it is, be it anything from Monday to Sunday. So I'm going to have an int called day here, and day can be any number between 0 and between 1 and 7. Now, of course, it could be any other thing. We're not actually checking to see if it is, but we'll do that in a moment. So I could say if day equals 1, if Monday. And then do an else, and do an if. So if day equals 2, then what we do is we print out if Tuesday. And so on until we get to here, return 0. We'll just put in a little get char here, ggchar, and close and brace. Okay. Now, so if I set the day to, say, day is assigned 4, what should happen when we run through the program here is that we check is day equal to 1, it's not, so we go down and check is day equal to 2, it's not again, check is day equals 3, no it's not, check is day equal to 4, yes it is, print out Thursday, and run through the program, so run that section. So we've obviously got a little mistake down here, I've spelled return incorrectly, and I've also put one too many braces there, so just run again, and you can see that it's printed out Thursday for me. Now, one of the issues with this is that if I were to put in the number 8 here, which is clearly not one of the options, when I run the thing, you'll see that there's absolutely nothing printed out. So what I maybe put down here at the very bottom is a final else with no if on it this time, that says TF not a valid number. Run that, and we can see then it comes up with not a valid number or not a valid day. So onto the switch statement. Is what exactly does the switch statement do? Well, it mimics this in many ways, but it does it in a slightly neater syntax. So I'm just going to comment this out so that we can look back at it to see what we've replaced, and then I'm going to copy it because I'm going to use a lot of the information from it in my switch statement. Now I write switch, W-I-T-C-H, and I put something in here. Now, unlike the if statements or the while things, this is not a question as such. We just put in the variable day, and what happens is the variable day is going to be compared to a number of other things. So what I do is each of the things that I want to compare to, I put in a case for. So I say case 1, which is going to be, we want to print out delete that and take this bit here. I'm going to print out Monday. Now, I have to put in a break here, and I'll explain in a moment what that's for. Break, and then I go for my case 2. Case 2. And I take this section out here to print Tuesday. and probably tabbing those in a little far. I think I'll just change my editor options here, so auto indent, smart tabs. That would be more applicable. Put it there. And I'm going to put a break after this. And so on until we get to here, which, as you can see, we've replaced it all with this smaller statement. So what we have is a bit neater. We check whatever the current value of day is, and we check is it equal to 1. If it is, we do this one, and then we break, and the break will bring us right down to the end here. If it's 3, then what will happen is it'll be checked, is it equal to 1? No, it's not. Is it equal to 2? No, it's not. Is it equal to 3? Yes, it is. It'll print out this, then it'll break, and then it'll go to. So let's give that a go, and we'll put in the number 3. So we should see Wednesday being printed out here, and indeed that's what we see. We see Wednesday come out here. Now, what occurs, like in the last case, if I put something that's outside the range, we see that nothing gets printed out, and the reason for that is that we haven't put anything in to deal with the situation where it doesn't happen. So what we do is we put down here a special one called default, which is the default for what will happen if it's not any of the other cases. Jeff, not a valid number. Run the thing. Now remember, we still have 8 plugged in there, so when we do, it says not a valid number, so that works out correctly for us. Now, you might be wondering about these break statements. Are they necessary? Well, they are. Let's say I take out this break here, and what I'm going to do is, rather than take it out, I'm just going to comment it out so that it has no effect on the code. And if we run the thing with the 8 in it, it still comes up with not a valid number, so it seems to be working the same. If I put back in the 3, again we will see that it's still working the same. It comes out as Wednesday, so still all seems fine despite the fact that break is gone. However, if I put in a 1, which is the one where the break is here, then what you'll see is it prints out both Monday and Tuesday. So what happens is it gets compared to each of the cases as it goes. The first one that it's equal to, it prints that out there. There's no break, so it immediately goes and prints whatever's in the next case as well until it sees a break. So if I was to comment out 2 of these, we'd find that when I put in the 1 here for the day, we now get Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Okay. Now that can be advantageous in certain situations, but for our particular example here, which we want to be similar to the if else's, it doesn't work. So that's the switch statement in a nutshell.